John McCain has yet to address it seriously. Charlie Black has yet to resurface since it was revealed. But in our third story in the countdown, former McCain chief strategist Mike Murphy is now talking about Mr. Black's revelation to Fortune magazine that a terrorist attack on U.S. soil between now and the election would be, in his opinion, good for McCain's chances of becoming president. Mr. Murphy has somehow turned it into a sexist joke. In 2004, of course, McCain made similar remarks to blacks about the impact of a bin Laden video on George Bush's election chances. He's silent now, but not so Mr. Murphy, going on Dennis Miller's radio show to defend his friend and offer a preposterous rationale for his behavior.
Charlie Black, the aide-de-camp for McCain, who gacks it here, does he have to go, do you think?
Well, yeah, he's an old friend of mine, so I'll defend him. I don't know what happened. I think there must have been tremendous reporter cleavage involved or something. Charlie got off his focus. He's a good guy. He's apologized for it.
Tremendous reporter cleavage, except that Charlie Black was not talking to a female journalist when he made that statement. He was talking to Fortune editor-at-large David Whitford, who, as far as we can tell from this photo, has zero cleavage. Joined now by the senior editor of The Atlantic, Joshua Green. Thanks for your time again tonight, sir.
Good to be with you.
Mike Murphy was obviously trying to be funny, and his not knowing the reporter was male shows a notable sloppiness, but not a big deal. But at heart here, a cleavage joke about terrorism. I'm missing something about why that's appropriate.
Well, and not just cleavage, man cleavage. I don't think it is. I think it was obviously, it compounds the gaffe. They're trying to defuse it. You can sometimes do that with humor. This obviously isn't a subject, and the joke misfired. But look, there's a ritual that you follow in these situations if you step in it the way that Charlie Black did. You take your lumps, you let the candidate attack you, distance himself from your comments, and then you disappear for a couple weeks. So if I had to guess, I'd imagine Charlie Black's in the northern Marianas somewhere getting some R&R, and in a couple weeks, if this blows over, he'll probably be back on the campaign trail.
And the Obama camp has said repeatedly it's not up to them. They've been very hands-off-ish here about whether or not Black should continue on the McCain campaign. Are we beginning to, on day 4 of this, understand their position because the Republicans are keeping this thing alive by themselves, and if Black does not get fired, he and his remark become layups for Obama in the debates?
Well, that may be it, although I don't see why you couldn't bring this up in the debates even if he did get fired. I think, they're focused on the economy this week. They've wanted to hew to that message the Obama campaign has. And, the McCain campaign hasn't had any trouble kind of, keeping in the news themselves with help from Mike Murphy. So, I think that they're going to wait and let this play out on its own.
Another familiar refrain about this one. Why isn't the Charlie Black remark itself or McCain's non-reaction to it or the 2004 McCain remarks that seem to presage what Charlie Black said, why are all these things not getting that much media attention, and how different might that equation be if one of Obama's key campaigners had made an equivalent remark of some kind about a terrorist attack in this country before the election?
Well, I think there are two things at play. Number one, I think there is a bias on the part of a lot of people that what Charlie Black said probably more or less is right, and so therefore people don't get that excited about it. Number two, just about the only thing the McCain campaign has been talking about is national security. So had the shoe been on the other foot and an Obama advisor made that line, it would certainly be on the front of the Drudge Report, and it would be a message that Republicans would be pushing. Again, Obama has chosen not to do it. The issue is sort of dragged on a bit on its own, but it really isn't getting the kind of impact and the kind of play that you'd expect. Certainly not if it were a Democrat that had made the remark.
This might be my wishful thinking, and I'm stating that as a disclaimer up front, but between this and the deal today between Mr. Bush and North Korea after McCain was calling Obama naive for wanting to make a deal with nations like North Korea, is Senator McCain getting some bad luck on these national security issues, or is it some bad policy making, or what is it?
I think it's sort of a whole perfect storm of just GOP badness. I mean, he's not getting any favors out of the White House, who are, negotiating with evil. He's not getting any help from his Senate colleagues. I mean, Gordon Smith is practically begging Barack Obama for an endorsement. So he's kind of out there on an island on his own. And I think that's one reason why his campaign seems to be having so much trouble functioning.
That's, by the way, just to clarify, that's the People's Democratic Republic of Evil when we're talking about that particular evil.
My bad.
Joshua Green, senior editor of The Atlantic. Great thanks on this.
Good to be with you, Keith.